Welcome to
The Neapolitan.
Scoop Podcast.
My name is Steph.
My name is Shay.
and my name is Rose. Thank you for tuning in to Neapolitan Scoop Podcast, where you get your weekly scoop. If you have not subscribed to our podcast, what are you waiting for? Go subscribe right now. Shay, what are you drinking? Because it looks good. It looks like
It
Moscato.
looks gone.
It
What
looks
is
very
it?
refreshing.
It is. It's something that he had bought from Spix. It's like
Mm,
16% something, but it's really sweet.
Mm.
it
I'll
looked
find the
good. It
bottle.
just looked
I'll let
really,
you know.
it looked refreshing. But before we jump into our content, quick note, this is created for adult audiences only. We do advise listener and viewer discretion for depictions of graphic violence, frank portrayal of sexuality, discussion of mental illness and existential struggles, as well as some downright filthy language. We are some filthy language people. So today's topic, paid leave at work. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, the following are the types of leaves that workers can have here in the United States. So there are about four types of leaves. The first one is paid family and medical leave, also known as FMLA. But this is the paid portion. This refers to policies that enable any worker or any worker within a company that offers it to receive wage replacements when they take extended time off from work for qualifying reasons, such as bonding with their children, recovering from health illnesses, or being with a relative that has some kind of health issues. The second type is paid sick leave, and I need to take my sick leave. But this refers to you getting paid when you or your family member have to go to the doctor or have routine illness checkups or any kind of medical care. There is currently no federal law guaranteeing access to paid sick leave, although many states and localities have passed paid sick leave laws. In the United States, there is nothing that says that you have to get paid or that they should pay you when you're off. The third type of pay is paid time off, that PTO that everybody talks about. Baby, we want to be off, we want to take vacations, and we want our money when we're doing it.
Pack your bags, it's time to go.
The last one is paid time off, or unpaid time off. And this is typically time that you will not get paid for, but FMLA can be paid time off. And this would take care of your job or protect your job and allow you to continue in the workplace and taking your health benefits with you, so that you don't get fired. Again, this can be used for many reasons, such as bonding with your new baby, recovering from I keep thinking mental illness, but it's any illness, caring for a loved one that's seriously ill. And again, some states have additional unpaid time off protections that go beyond federal laws or FMLA, but for the most part, Texas has nothing that's going to cover us, or pay us for Texas if you're off. If you don't have the time or you don't have the money for it, you're going to get FMLA unpaid. So they'll protect your job. You'll keep your job, but you won't be getting paid for the time that you're off. But with that being said, with all that information, we're going to go to Shay for some questions.
All right. So let's get into it. All right. So, first question, I think is one of the important questions. Should employers be allowed to ask you why you are using a particular leave bank?
I'm a family feud. This bang. You ain't even gotta finish that question. No, you don't gotta know why I'm off.
I just remember requesting like to take vacation time and stuff, and they're like, or maybe it wasn't vacation particularly, but trying to use one of my particular, I think it was probably comp time, and then having them respond and say, okay, well, how many hours and why? And I was like, oh, well, it's personal. Well, what is the personal reason? Why do you have to
Mm-mm.
know? I feel like that's just you being too much in my business and trying
Yeah,
to determine if why I want to be off is significant enough to use my time. It's significant for me to be off. So
right.
why does it matter? So no,
The
don't ask
why
me.
is the why is sick time. That is the why, and that's all you need to know.
Right.
Is I am taking off because I am sick or my family member is sick. You don't need to know what they're going through, to what degree they're sick. You don't need to know none of that. Just give me the time
Mm-hmm.
off.
As
I
long
don't
as you
care
have
if they're
it,
coffee.
as long as you have it, you should be able to use it. No questions asked.
Right. Facts.
Because you
Don't.
work your ass off every single day, coming there, doing your job for somebody to tell you whether or not you can be off, what time you have to use. I can see if you didn't have no
Or they.
time, then then maybe like, okay, if you leave, you're gonna be docked, or you don't really have the time. We got to figure out something. But I got the time. Let me be off.
One of my favorite managers that we were under was the one that would say, just tell me what day you want off and how much time you're going to need and where you're going to need it from. I don't need to know. And, it would send her full paragraphs
Oh
because we're so used to
yes,
having, and she would say,
yes.
I don't need all
I don't
that.
need
She's like,
all that.
just tell me what you need. Is it paid time off? Is it sick leave? Tell me how many hours
She
and
was
take
a
your days off.
blessing. She was a
I
blessing.
love that.
A
I love
blessing. She
that.
treated us like actual adults who she entrusted to do our job and let us be off when we needed to. I remember when we had that work from home and I had to go get my car fixed, but I didn't tell her. And we had a meeting. I don't know if y'all remember, but we had a meeting and she was like, "Should we keep your car?"
I do.
I was like, "Yeah, I had to go take my car." And she was like, "Oh, okay, well," and proceeded with the meeting on Teams or whatever.
Yeah.
Like anybody else, I would have wrote me up the next day.
Yeah.
You could
Girl.
have been on your lunch break.
Because not the time we had that meeting. I think that meeting, well, I guess if I took my lunch early. It's like, oh, I'll make
At
up
10
for
in
it
the
later in the
morning.
day. Right, at 10 in the morning during the meeting.
Yeah, I think micromanagement should not be involved in being, you taking your time off. You can micromanage all you want, but don't micromanage my time. First of all, I've heard
Right.
online where people say, it's your time and you're allowed to it. We're only telling people that we're taking it off, not asking for permission. It's like, I'm not asking you to take my time off. I'm telling you I'm going to be off because it's my time. And just like I work and I'm here 8 hours a day, to accumulate that time, I should be allowed to decide when I want to take my time off. Because I heard some
Mhm.
people, their stuff be getting denied all the time from what they tell me. They're like, oh yeah, I asked for time off and it got denied. I'm like, why? Oh, they were really low on staff, so they said I need to be in. I'm like, and you're still here? Like, I just wouldn't want to be at a job that denies all my leaves, or when I need to leave, or like, why are they denying your time off? Like,
It just doesn't work with work-life balance. It's like you want me to be
yeah.
at work, 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 and I have a life,
Work,
life,
work,
life, life,
work,
life.
work, work, work.
That's exactly what was going through
Come
my
on,
head right
work,
now,
work.
Shayna.
Shit. Okay. Let's see. Next question. Should parents get a minimum of 6 months paid parental leave in the US?
A
That would
minimum?
be minimum. Minimum.
Meaning you could get more.
Right. Meaning if y'all want to
But
let me off for a year, I would gladly take it.
and I think what employers don't understand is that I guess they think that we're using this pay time off, or the parents are using this pay time off to like live their best life.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, the paid time off isn't for the parents, it's for the child. The parent
Yeah.
is, like they're literally working a full-time job, taking care of an infant, you know. So I personally don't think 6 months is enough. I think a year, at least a year, most infants breastfeed for a year,
That's
you
true.
know. And, like 3 months isn't enough time for a woman to build her
It's
milk
not
supply.
right. I remember having my daughter when I had her, and I started off breastfeeding her because I wanted to be that parent that breastfed my child. But I went to work 6 weeks literally after I had my daughter, and it's just like, for one, I didn't know about the rules of breastfeeding. I didn't know they should have provided me a
Mm-hmm.
private space so I could pump. I didn't
Yeah.
know all those things because I was young. Now I'm not, so I
Well,
know.
they
But
didn't have all that when we were,
They
yeah,
didn't.
and
like
because
Our
of that,
parents gave us formula.
and because of that, I'm at work 12 hours a day. When I come home, like, that's a lot of work. And I tried to manage it, but it just became to be too much. And it's just like, I ended up putting her on formula, which the little bit I did give her, it worked. She's smart, you know what I'm saying? She got all her teeth. She great. But, but I just wish I had more time with my baby
yeah.
versus going back to work, because that is 6 months is so, I mean, 6 weeks is just not enough time.
It's not. And I
It's not.
think, as a whole, people complain so much about dad spending time with their kids, but it's like you're not giving them time to bond with their child.
And
As
a lot of the
mothers,
time
we
it's
carry our
hard for
children
the,
for 9 months.
mm-hmm,
Yeah. We
they
have
get
that
used to
bonding,
you.
even before
Mm-hmm.
those babies are born. But as
Yep.
a man, it's like they're not seeing this baby. They're not feeling the kicks. They're not feeling the baby moving and, all the shit they do in the stomach. Um, so when they say, parental leave and then men aren't allowed as much leave as women, it's like, why not? Like for those parents that want
Right.
to be there for their children, why are you not allowing them to be the fathers that they want to be? And then they
Right.
want to
Right.
complain about them not having any kind of, oh, that man doesn't even
Relationship
come
with their
close to his
kid.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't
It's
realize how
crazy. I
important
definitely
that
think a
was
year.
because I hadn't had a child obviously in 9 years, but with people around me currently having kids, like my best friend, she just had a baby. Well, she's about to be two, but with her and then my cousin, who I'm really close to, she just had a baby. Her baby is what he was born in June, so that's what 4 months or 3 months or so now, and it's crazy how like they literally have to give the baby to the it's like my best friend was saying like I had to like help her get comfortable with her dad. And I'm like, that's her dad. You would think
Yeah.
she's automatically comfortable with them, but because the mom is like there all the time doing all the work and she's used to her mom, they have to teach them to be with their dads. And I'm like, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you should have to teach your child to
Yep.
be with their parent, but because the mom is the one to get all the attention and the time, the dad's at work, he doesn't get all that time. They have to build that bond, and I just thought that was so crazy.
It is.
Yep.
Charger.
I agree. I think men should
So,
have it just as much as women.
And yeah,
mhm.
I think 6 months minimum. I think like Steph said, even a year, and it should be paid because at the end it's like I am still working with you. But I think some people also like I've heard about some people that they're looking for another job while they're out on leave, and they come into work, and next thing they know they're turning in their 2 weeks notice because they got a job, and it's like you're supposed to be on maternity leave. What do you mean leaving?
They
And
over there interviewing and shit.
I've seen it happen before
But
too.
I mean, I feel like that's the risk that everyone assumes. I mean, even with having a job, like they can get rid of you at any moment, any time,
Mm.
like on the spot. So that's just the risk the job has to take. If your employer decides to take their maternity leave and go look for another job, well, you just took a L. You should go hire somebody else. So
Yeah.
we all assume the risk when we take a position and when you hire people. So that doesn't mean that other employers who are dedicated should have to suffer for your fear of your employee going to find another job while they're on maternity leave or parental leave.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I just looked up some stuff. So there are other countries who offer more than 12 weeks of maternity leave. So
that I thought
Japan,
about moving to.
Japan offers a year of paid parental leave that can be taken by either parent.
Okay,
Sweden,
Japan.
Sweden offers 480 days. So shit, that's still more than 16 weeks. 480 days of paid parental leave that can be shared by both parents. Iceland,
That's longer than a year.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Iceland offers 12 months of combined maternity and paternity leave that can be split equally between the mother and father. So maybe he gets 6 months and she gets 6 months.
Okay, I like
That's
that.
fair.
You know what I'm saying? So, and okay, just a couple more real quick. So, Portugal, Norway, and shit, Luxembourg. um, either parent can take two or more. There's options of paid leave. Okay.
2 or more what months or years? I'm like
Two or more
years.
months. Two or more
Oh,
months. So there's options. Shit. So if I
okay.
want to take 12
Mhm.
months, is that an option? You know?
Mm.
And
But
and see, that's something. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. I'm done.
I was saying that's something that I was saying that is another thing because somebody had raised the question of, well, some parents don't want to, some parents want to come straight, back to work. I said,
Yeah.
well, that could be their option, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean, that's why I say if you give somebody, okay, you have 6 months to 12 months, because even now, if you take your 3-month parental leave, if you want to come back early, your job is not going to deny you and say, no, you have to take the 3 months. They're going to tell you, all
Right.
Really?
right, well, we'll put you back on the schedule,
Welcome back. We missed you.
Right.
I didn't know
So
that. I thought
it's
they were
like,
like once you took your leave, you were supposed to take your leave until it's done. I didn't know you can come back.
once your doctor releases you, once your
Oh,
doctor says you're good to go back, you can go back. You don't have to take the full parental
I
leave.
love when a doctor asks me, so when do you want to go back to work?
Mm.
Well, since you asked.
How long is it going to take to recover?
What's the max I can
Weeks?
take?
I need one more week.
What are you willing to write on this paper? I really want to know. Are you willing to risk your license?
Legally.
License.
Exactly. How far can we go with this?
Yes, because I still need you for future reference, you know.
Right.
So
Because
we don't need
obviously
you
you
losing your
do.
license.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But I think
yeah,
I think it makes
that's
sense
fair.
because I wouldn't. Well, I've only had one child, right? So Steph, you can probably help me out with it. I think the birth of your first child is probably going to take longer for you to recover than like your second or third child. So I think
Mhm.
it makes sense that they give you the option to come back. Like, if you want to take 3 months to bond with your baby, 6 months to bond with your baby, but you want to do part-time from home, I think that should be
Mhm.
allowed too.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, you know what? You're like, oh, I'm fine. I'm recovered, but I can work from home. I can do, I think that should be allowed. But some of these
But
places, they'll be like, oh,
don't
no, you
nobody
can't do
love us
that.
that much and want to work with us that much and be that lenient. It's either you in the office or you not. And it's
But
just
you know
like,
That's
what?
crazy.
With
That's
this new
crazy.
society, with this new generation, they're gonna learn real quick because this new
Mhm.
generation gives zero. Us millennials, we probably gave a damn, but this new generation, they'll cut you off
baby,
real quick.
they will quit on your
Listen,
ass so quick. I'm not dealing with
thank
this.
you.
Listen, I could make
I,
more on YouTube and OnlyFans. Like, why am I here? You know?
dang, they don't be
The feet
dealing
one
with
called
shit. They
the
don't
feet
deal with
finder. What is
shit.
it called?
The what?
Huh?
What's the
OnlyFans?
feet one? No, the feet one.
Oh,
Shit,
The
that
that's the
could be
feet
OnlyFans.
finder.
OnlyFans too.
Yeah, well, you can put
No,
your
I thought there
toes
was
on
another one
there.
for only like feet.
Oh, girl, I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know that one. Girl,
Yeah,
see, I
somebody
But
we
told me
there
there's
is
another.
another site though that's called something. I don't know what it's called, but something
my feet
close
cute.
friends, not close friends. That's Instagram. It was. I just know because I went on this girl's page and she said just uploaded content and it didn't say OnlyFans, but when you click the link, it looked like an OnlyFans profile, but the name was different. You still have to subscribe. You still have to, they had videos that they could post and stuff, but it wasn't called OnlyFans. It's called something else.
Yeah. I
I
don't
said,
know, but
not
I
they
need to
trying to
get
get
into
away from
selling
Only.
feet pics because
I'm not gonna lie. I really admire this generation because I feel like they have the guts that we couldn't have,
yeah.
And
or
still
the
don't
support,
have.
or the support. Because I feel like like our generation, we are these parents, so we support our children a lot, and we trying to get them like financially, some type
Yeah.
of financial security.
Yeah.
Unlike us, I feel like we some of our parents kind of just left us out there and was like, you're 18 years old, you got to get out the house, you got to go. If you're not in school, you got to go
You
get
got
a
to get a
job,
job.
or
Yeah.
if you're in school, you still have to get a job. So I admire that because like it's things that I would have wanted to say to some of my employers that I couldn't say because
Yeah.
I literally depended on them. Like I
Because you were
depended on that
respectful
check.
too.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I could have lost my respect, but I was like, I need my check. you know, but
And that's the thing.
I
They
think
don't care about no check. They'll figure it out. They
they
be like, I ain't
don't.
got no job, but I'm leaving.
Mhm.
They don't. I've seen it. I'll be like, wow, like I've always wanted to do that. Just walk off, like, okay,
Yeah.
bitch, you don't want to give me time off? Bye.
I
Now
said one
you
day.
what
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that one day. I'm
one
gonna do
day,
it
yeah.
one day.
Y'all,
I have
I'm one step closer to doing a lotto. The other day when I was doing Uber, I had stopped by a store and I was going to purchase a Powerball, but I had to look up how do you play the Powerball one. And then I went up in the store and I was going to fill out the little thing, but I felt old standing there. I'm like, oh, you be over here filling out this little thing on the little platform
Fill
they
it
got
out in
up
your
in the
car.
People ain't
store.
winning the lottery.
But then they ain't had no pen.
Fill it
So
in
that
your
kind of what
car.
discouraged me from getting it. But I learned you can do it online. So my millennial ass
You
is going to
can.
purchase my ticket online.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
can
know
play
you
the
could.
lotto online. They have an
Yes.
app.
Yes. So now I
Yes.
can play the
That
lotto in
would
the
really
comfort of
feel
my
cool.
bed and get this $272 million because I'm
Mhm.
trying to get,
Now I don't know
something.
if they have the winning ticket Because
You know
the
what?
winning
Because
tickets
everybody
are
who
always at
win
these
be in
little
the stove.
rink-a-dink gas stations. Yeah,
Uh-uh.
you'd be like,
No,
it's
they
the
wasn't
least,
because the last one was in Sugarland.
They
and it
wanted
was a
it
gas
was very
station.
close. Mm-hmm.
You know what?
It
That's so funny
wasn't
you
like no
said that.
Chevron. It
That is
wasn't an
so funny you
Exxon.
said that. Because I literally had, I drove past the Exxon. I said, well, I ain't stopping there. I said, I'm going to go to this Shell. And I went to the Shell. But I said, you know what? I probably passed at the gas station that was going to give me that window ticket.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to stop
Yep,
there.
would be them
Always those little
long gas stations.
small rinky dink, and they get some
The
money off
off
of there too.
brands. Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I know I just can't go in
I ain't
Humble
mad at
because
it.
nobody over here wins shit. So I got to go in the nice places. I got to go on y'all side of town for a ticket. I can't buy nothing over
It's
here.
gonna be the one time you come to this side of town to play. And then you're gonna be real mad.
Bro, because I was already mad about that person who won that $800 million and they lived in Sugarland. I said,
Man.
bro, we was just
That's
talking
what I
about
told
the
my wife. I said
lotto.
they probably already got money. Sugarland houses are expensive. They already got money. Now they got even more money. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, man, that ain't
Like, they
even
don't
fair
need
right
that
there.
shit. That's not fair.
But I'm telling you, it's
Yep.
old people that are playing the lotto. That's why they're winning. Because they be
Yep.
religiously.
I'm going to spare $20 one day and just go crazy and hope one of them damn scratch or one of them tickets work. Some got to give.
And even if you don't win like the big lotto, like if you get like 4 or 5 numbers correct, you still get some money. You get some money,
Yeah.
you can get your money you spent back. You might win $10,
Oh.
15, 20,
See, I didn't know that.
I'm not sure if it was my wife
Yeah.
or brother, stepdad,
Huh?
but one of them got 20 grand on the lotto too.
I could
Yep.
get 20 grand. I could do with that.
Yeah.
You have to. So what
But
you need to
they
do,
also go
Shay,
to the
is go
casino and win
to.
those kinds of amounts. So to them, it wasn't a big
Yeah.
deal. I was like, 20 grand, girl, I can pay my car off with 20 grand.
Yeah, pay my car, buy me a nice bag real quick.
A bag. I need my bills paid. I need to get this car
Bitch,
payment
I
off.
want a nice bag. I'm not about to win no money and not get a bag.
Did she say a bag?
Her priorities, yes.
She said, I'm not about to win no money and not get a bag.
That's exactly what she said.
It's
She
just
say she
$1,600 lose
she
bag that I
she
can't
said
buy.
she said I gotta go get the bag. That is literal. I gotta get the bag.
And then,
But what I
those
was gonna say, Shay, go get the lotto tickets. The tickets have the instructions on the back. It tells you like if you get 2 numbers, if you get 3 numbers, and how much you get. So,
Okay.
or you can just go to the gas station and have them run the ticket, and they'll tell you if you want anything
That's
or
true.
not. Yeah.
I think you can scan it because I know my wife sometimes scans stuff. I see her scanning her tickets and stuff.
I want to be the
Everything is
person
so.
who win and don't know you win, and they be like, "We're still looking for this person." I'm like, "Oh snap! I did buy a ticket. Let me check my tickets," and then be like,
That would be you.
"Holy fucking shit!"
That would be you.
Yep.
I
Oh,
see my
God.
wife. Right, I see my wife winning the lotto and not telling me about it just because
She's
Really?
gonna get another call.
she would do some shit like that. Yeah, to
Babe,
torture
let's
me a little.
upgrade your car. I got a raise at work. You can get a Mercedes now.
And I'm over here freaking out like, no, you haven't worked. You've been sick. And don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it.
Me, I going on shopping sprees and shit. You just sit up there side eyeing her like, what are we doing
Like,
here?
what
Like,
You selling
wait,
drugs
did you
now? You
lose
work for
your
the
mind?
cartel? You work for the
Like,
cartel?
what
What is going on?
you look at her prescriptions and shit. Like, what is this? Something. This has to be a side effect. Like,
Spending money we don't have because I know.
I said, I see you doing some shit like that to me, some petty shit like that.
I feel like I'm gonna win a lotto though. I don't know how, but I feel like I'm gonna win. I've been manifesting $36 million all my life, and I gotta get it.
Girl, manifest it.
And the only way I'm gonna get it is if I play the lotto, so I have to get it. Oh, all right. Anyways, we got off topic for a good 10 minutes. All right. So
Yeah.
back to it. All right. So, do you ever feel guilt or fear of backlash when taking time off?
No.
I used to. I don't know more.
I definitely
but
did.
that goes back to, like I said, how I think most of us we were raised to be respectful, to value people's time. And even if people didn't value yours, you were still supposed to, be a lint licker.
Right. Right.
Plain liquor.
Think about your colleagues. They're going to be short staffed. You know, people are going to struggle because you're out for like 2 weeks.
F your mental health. You know, you can come in and be falling apart, but as long as your team feels supported, you know, bullshit is out the door. You know, we're half millennial, but we're still half of that Gen Z. So we still have a little bit of that Gen Z gene in us. So it's like I think at this point, it's like I don't give a damn. I'm gonna take time. I'm gonna take it.
I think I used to feel sorry for taking time off. I'd be like, oh my God, they're gonna be so busy, blah blah blah. I think it got to the point, and and it's after a certain thing happened that I was like, nah, they don't care about me. Why the fuck am I so worried about them? Like, you know, they'll figure it out. I'll be like, they'll figure it out. Like,
because I'm tired. I need a break. I'm doing this for my own mental health. Literally, you have to take time off to kind of like regroup and gather yourself and just like mentally decompress. And you can't do that shit at work 5 days a week.
And I've learned to tell people that because some time ago, somebody asked me, like, do you need to take 2 weeks off? Yeah, I just went through 5 months of sitting here talking for 8 hours. And you're asking me, like, yeah, you figure out whatever it is that you need, but I need my 2 weeks off. I need to be off. Like, I try not to be off during certain times, but after it, I'm gonna be off.
Because I respect that y'all need me to do a certain job, so I'm not gonna take the time off, but I need my time at some point. Yeah.
And then especially because I've been telling you from day one, find a backup. And you didn't want to. And you didn't
So when I gotta go, it's not my fault. Yeah.
Right. Yep, definitely. So now they found a backup.
Yes. So we rule that we don't give a fuck.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah, man, it definitely gets like that. Once my time start building up, I be thinking about all the vacations I'm about to take, where I'm about to go. I be buying the ticket and paying for shit before I even put the time in because I know I'm about to go. I don't care what you say, I'm about to go.
Oh yeah,
I love it. You just be like, you don't give, you just her dreams are just like they just compile, and she's just like, this is what I'm gonna do, and she just be. You plan for the future, and I love it because some of us are in the present and in the moment. You're just like, okay, fuck what's going on right now. This is what's going on.
I remember when they would tell us, don't request time too far in advance, right? I don't care. I'm going to send you this email a year in advance to timestamp it. And even if it's too early, okay, when it's time, I'm going to re-forward it to you with that original timestamp, letting you know that I've been timestamped.
You were nice.
I'm gonna record it and say, "Hey, remember back then I requested this time at this date."
Huh? Me.
I said Rose just not gonna come to work. Whether she ain't forwarding the email, she's just not gonna come to work on those days.
Once you say approved, it's approved.
No, but that's the thing. They wouldn't say it was approved. They would say it's too early to request. Like they would say it's a certain amount of months you can request it. But if you do like a year in advance, at first they was like that's too early. So I'm still gonna send my email. I don't care if it is too early. And when it is time to actually submit it within y'all's time frame, I'm gonna get that original email to show that I was the first one before everybody else. Actually, for this, you told me to read.
I remember what you're talking about. When we didn't really have enough staff. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm still sending because I want you to know that I've been asked for it, and I don't care what's going on, and I'm still gonna be off
way ahead of time. I think
way ahead of time.
I think since we found out we were going to Hawaii, I requested that time off because I was like, I'm not gonna be here. Like, I don't care what y'all do or what y'all say, I'm not coming. Like, I'm gonna be out.
And you're gonna prove my time one way or another. So you gotta figure it out. You're gonna prove it now, you're gonna prove it later.
Look, they always tell us, we're not essential workers, so I'm not essential to be here. So
my job is at will.
That's what I'm gonna start saying. My job is at will, and at that for those 2 weeks, I'm not willing to come in. That's what I'm gonna start saying. Citing the Texas law.
So, question, and we can close. But what is your favorite type of leave to use?
All of them. It's mine, and I want it. I'm gonna use all of them. All of them.
Kind of like that commercial. It's my money, and I want it now.
And I want it now. So I will say I do strategize when it comes to my time because I know how if you leave, what you get paid and what you don't get paid. So because I know what I don't get paid out, you know what I'm gonna use first?
Sick time.
I don't feel good. Whoever in my family don't feel good. I gotta go pick my kid up. It's gonna always be sick time first. So I love all of them, but my go-to gonna be that sick time because I know if I leave, you're not gonna pay me my 40 hours. You ain't gonna pay me my 80 hours. You ain't gonna pay me my $100 of sick time. You're gonna keep that shit even though I earned it. So
I'm
I'm
gonna take
taking
my
it
sick time
first.
because I have doctor's appointments, so I'm gonna be going to my doctor's appointments. But I think my favorite is comp because you can accumulate so much.
True.
I've gotten to the point where they've at some point started paying me and they got mad at that.
Yeah.
Am
Oh, I
I
like when they
you
I
weren't
like when they
looking at
kick
the
you out
comp
of
time?
work. I like when they kick you out because you've been there too long. Oh, you gotta take 3 weeks off because you got too much time. That's how
You know,
much time I be wanting.
they've done that to me maybe once or twice, but now currently no. They haven't they don't have to force me to take a vacation. I'm gonna take it on my own.
Because
Like
I'm tired.
I think my first year or second year they had to force me to take a vacation. But other than that, it's like I'm gonna take my time.
She say, now I know better.
I learned the
Fool me
system.
once, shame
We
on
all
me.
want
Fool
to know
me
better.
twice. I forgot how I go. You ain't gonna fool me 3 times.
Yeah. I think it's shame on you, shame on me, and then no 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like taking on my little I love to see my comp time accumulating because as it accumulates, I'm like, ooh, I got 5 days to do this. And then I'm like, and I'm telling my wife as I'm accumulating that time, and I'm like, ooh, look, I got 10 days in Puerto
Yeah.
Rico, or I got 5
Yeah.
days in Hawaii, or I
Because
got 10
vacation
days
is
in
just based
Mexico.
on like how much they give you when you get paid, but comp time you can actually accumulate as much. Well, you can accumulate that
Yeah.
yourself, so you get kind of in control.
I think the difference between comp at this particular place and vacation is because you still get paid your vacation. You just get paid your hourly rate. With comp time, you get paid
The time and a half,
your
right?
time and a half, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
It is.
That
Could be a
whole
whole
nother
check.
check.
It can be.
Two whole other checks. So,
I could buy a cover for a whole month. Okay.
I mean, look,
But yeah.
so I can't complain about it because look, this whole last month that I was off, it was paid. My FMLA was paid because I had over 200 hours of comp, and I still went back to work, and I still have like 30 hours of comp time. So, like I was telling my wife, I can't complain. You know, I complain about not getting paid overtime, but that overtime money would have been gone.
Yeah.
It would have been
it go by
spent.
so quick. Yeah.
So I said, look, we got to count our blessings like we said last time. So I counted mine. I'm like, look, at least I got paid. I still have my job, and I was able to come back in and still have some time left over to take
That's
some other
true.
time off. So
Yeah.
so
I
I think
agree.
they're all my favorites, but comp is my best.
I'll give you that money.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we want to thank you for tuning into our podcast. If you enjoyed our content, please subscribe to our channel. Go do that right now. Like and comment. We love feedback. While you're at it, follow us on all streaming platforms. Wherever you stream your podcast on, we are there. You can also find us through Instagram and TikTok. So go follow us, shoot us a DM, send us a comment. Trust me, we're going to respond because listen,
We are.
we got something to say. Also, if you have a topic that you would like for us to discuss, or if you'd like to be a guest on our podcast, feel free to email us or shoot us a DM, whichever your preference is. Again, thank you and see you next week for your weekly scoop serving. See y'all Tuesday too for our live. Peace.
Peace.
In the Middle East.
That was such a big laugh.
Yeah, remember? Peace in the Middle East.
Then you got the real laugh because I would play too damn much.